All right, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for so much love on the last Q&A. It really did well. I'm glad you guys like getting to know me that much. So shout out to you guys. Thank them for having me. Here goes Q&A 2.
Hey, yo, my timepiece don't ever stop. 6 sides, check them all, that's a lot to watch. All this time that I put in just to
Are you living your dreams, and what's your favorite thing about life right now?
I would say yes, I'm living my dream because I just get to make music full time. I don't have another job. I just get to travel like crazy. So yeah, I'd say I'm living my dream, and my favorite part about life is the fact that I am living my dream, and I'm in a really good place. You know, not a lot of stress. My mental's good. My health is good. So yeah, I would say so.
Do you think working late and sleeping in is more beneficial to creative types, more uninterrupted hours?
I would say yes. For me personally, and a lot of creatives I know do work best very late hours and sleep in because we can. But I don't think that that's necessarily the best time for everybody. Just those whose minds work best at those times.
Is that why you do Instagram lives at like 1 a.m. sometimes?
Yes, I do. I do Instagram late. It's just like, I don't know. My schedule is just very weird. So I'm like, you know what? Let me hop on and see who else is up at this time, or, you know, that type of thing. So yeah, I would say that's why I'm on Instagram live at 1 to 5 a.m.
What is your creative process?
I get asked this a lot, so I'm kind of excited that we get to actually tackle this question. I do want to show one time, you know, get like a video breakdown of what the creative process is like. For me, I would say the creative process, I find the beat, and when I find the beat, after that, I start writing. So I'll usually find beats online via like YouTube, via producer, sending it via email. There's a million different ways I find the beats, but once I find the beat, I import it to Logic. I get the BPM if I don't already have it, set the project to the right tempo. I let the beat repeat, repeat, repeat. I'll write a couple words, repeat, repeat, repeat. It's either that way and I finish the song like that, or I'll put the beat on and set my mic up and I'll start humming melodies before I do anything else. And then I'll just add the words in after. So there's 2 different ways it goes, but that's a creative process. I then send it out to Caesar. He does the mix. He sends it back to me. I send it to distributors, and that's the creative process.
If you could put anything on a billboard for millions of people to see, millions, keep that in mind.
Millions.
What would it say?
I've always actually wanted to do something like that. I've always driven past billboards, even though it's kind of like the market and how much people want billboards nowadays has gone way down since social media. But since I've always seen billboards, I'm like, you know what? I want my face or like an album artwork or just my username on a billboard. It would be really cool. I'm kind of interested to see the trial and error of how many people are actually gonna see a billboard and follow me from it. So I've always wanted to do that. I'd probably put my Instagram with just a photo of me, like an actual photo of me, and just at Rowlan, and just see how many people follow me and reach out like that.
Would you do it somewhere weird? Like, what if you could get a billboard in Wisconsin for like $50 for a month?
I would 100% do it, and I would go there and take a photo for perception and just be like, I'm on a billboard. But yeah, that would be very strange. You get like old country dudes following me and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm down. Tell me if anybody knows a Wisconsin sign, hit me up.
What goal will you accomplish that will make you think you've reached the pinnacle of your career?
Backhanded ass questions.
Have you ever wanted to pursue another genre of music, and do you play any instruments, or have you ever been in a band?
I really like today's era of hip hop and music because it's also like, it's kind of like rock star-ish almost, like how people dress, how people act, what it's like. So I've always kind of been in like that, like I love like Red Hot Chili Peppers type of rock. So I've kind of like explored the possibilities of me doing something along that lines, like hip hop-ish rap type of deal, but never actually done it. And I don't play any instruments. I can play keys enough that make it sound good. Like I know how to play a couple chords that sound good enough for me to be able to make a production. I've never been in a band. No, I used to have like a couple people that I worked with very frequently, and we would almost call ourselves like a group, but never a band. Never had like, no, never that.
When did you lose your virginity? Keep the mystery. Come on.
That's true. Before high school.
When you say before high school, you mean like in the morning? Like after breakfast, but before high school?
It was after breakfast, but before school still. I actually ate school breakfast. I used to love their cereals before I was a young vegan monster.
Are you ever 100% satisfied with your work?
At the time of release on everything, I would say yes, I'm satisfied with my work. After I go back and listen to a lot of my stuff or watch my stuff or think about how it was written, etc., I'm not always pleased with it, but I understand where I was at that time to make me put it out like that or do it like that. So in the moment, I won't put something out if it's not perfect. Even, well, there's no such thing as perfect, but if it's not perfect to what my opinion thinks is perfect at the time, I won't put it out. I'll literally like scrap a whole song because of one piece of a verse was off of how I wanted to deliver it. So in that regard, yes, I don't release it unless it's perfect to me.
What was the biggest obstacle you faced when becoming a rapper?
I would say being from the place that I'm from, I mean, it's a very small, like, white place. I don't think that, like, they expected a rapper to come from a place like that. I never really had an issue becoming a rapper. I mean, obviously, you get the beginning of career nobodies who are like, he's gonna try being a rapper, especially back where I'm from, where everyone likes to doubt each other. Like, oh, he's gonna try that, blah, blah, blah. I never faced any obstacles. I just stuck it to, like, I guess eating dirt would be the hardest part. Just having to deal with all the failures and all the bad sounds that you come up with and everything like that. But I never really struggled to become what I am. It's just because I feel like it's always been me, and, you know, the ability to reach people has kept me driven.
What do you struggle with when creating music?
When I'm in the creation process, I think, like, right now I'm actually in an area, like, usually I wouldn't say this, but like only like my people who actually give a fuck are gonna be seeing this. So I've actually been in like a really weird creative rut, and the creative rut, every time I start writing or get to like a certain piece in the song, it's just been like something's not feeling right about it. And this has happened before, never for this like couple week time frame that it's happening now, because, and I've done features in these couple weeks and like got that stuff done, but like for my own original content to put out, every time I go in these little ruts or get stuck in like a creative process that I'm in, I come out like literally 2 times better after, every single time. So like, though I'm kind of in this weird creative stuck spot, it's like I know after this it's going to be a whole different level of what music you've heard. That's the only thing I really face a trouble with, obviously, like a little writer's block or a little, you know, getting stuck in a little rut. So nothing too drastic, but that's kind of what I struggle with in terms of creative wise.
All right,
Unacceptable.
Let me make it a little bit of audio here.
I like that there's a cat hair on the microphone. What's the key piece of advice that you would tell people to ignore in your industry?
I would say ignore trends, ignore fads, ignore the normal, you know, like just offer yourself to the industry, offer yourself to the people listening to your music, offer yourself to your brand, and then, you know, there's nothing that can really tear you down. So I would say ignore the voices saying, you know, convert to this trend, be like this, be like that. Just be yourself. How do you get your Murray? Oh, my Murray. Usually I get my Murray just like, I'll go online and be like, I need some Murray in my life. And then they usually 2-day it. There's no additional charge or anything. So if I need Murray, I just hit it. If there's no Murray, I just hit up Amazon Prime, and I'm like, they don't have it on Prime now yet, but when they do get it on Prime now, I'll just hit Prime now and be like, listen, I'll pay you a little extra. I need it within the hour. Murray needs to come. What that dude was really asking is, where do you get your merch? How do you get your merch? How do you guys get my merch? You guys just go on my site and be like, hey, come through. No, it's rowlanshop.com. Just go to rowlanshop.com, and when you go to that website, it'll actually plug you with all the merchandise that you can buy. Then you'll have your own little Murray on the go. What's your favorite movie? One of my favorite movies ever was Departed. I really liked The Departed. That was a really good movie. The Pursuit of Happiness. Oh, The Green Mile. Have you guys seen that? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Tears as fuck. I would say those 3 for my favorite movies. So not Home Alone? Not Home Alone. Was that a... I actually didn't like that movie that much. Really? Yeah. I'm surprised, because last time you were talking about your enjoyment of prank videos, and I just assumed that would have stemmed from a love of Home Alone. Pranking, I mean, I definitely seen my share of Home Alone, but like pranking was a little bit better. He was more like a trap god. That's what he was more like. He was more about setting traps for motherfuckers. You know, he wasn't exactly, I was going to say trap queen, but he was a little dude. It's 2017, right? Almost 2018. So Trap Queen is correct. Yeah. He's a Trap Queen. What is your favorite song that you've released? Probably Take It Slow right now, or Born Hustler, or Forgiven. Out of those 3, but probably Take It Slow, just because it's the most recent thing that I'm really enjoying. Forgiven's a really deep song. A lot of my old stuff, like Stories, really deep stuff that I couldn't replicate or do again any different, you know, so... those I would say. And then a bunch of people are asking about touring. So are you going to tour, and if so, will it be soon? Yes, I will be touring. my thing and what I want everybody seeing this to understand is like touring only works if you have a certain amount of fan base in every city. I have now, at this point in my career, I have fans in every city across the US and a ton of countries, over 60 countries. I have to have enough pull in each city for it to actually be worth it, unless I want to just dish out $2,000 for each show and travel and buy venues out, you know? So what I need you guys to do in that regard is literally tell everybody in your city to listen to my music. If we get everybody rocking with me hard enough, all I need to be able to sell is like 30 to 50 tickets in each city for it to be a good show. So just tell people, spread the word, and once the word is spread and I have a good enough fan base in each city, then I can do the traveling. Like I can do the shows worldwide, and you know. So I need your help in that regard, but we'll get there. Probably by the end of 2018, we'll at least set up a mini tour, or you know, maybe even a bigger one internationally.
You could play a show next to your billboard in Wisconsin.
That's it. If I get that billboard in Wisconsin, out of here. Like we're gone. Like nation, we're gonna be worldwide at that point. For sure. There's no doubt.
So how were you and have you been able to market your music on social media?
I would say more than anything, it's an organic following, so it's not as hard. Like it's people who actually love me for me, love my brand for my brand, love my music for my music. So I think just high interaction is how I've been able to do it. You know, getting people involved with like giveaways, asking people to just drop a comment on your new post, because that helps when you're working with the new Instagram formula, like how it's set up to get you at the top of feeds. Also, sometimes I pay for promoted posts just if I want to reach a certain audience with a certain post, things like that. So I think it's just about interaction, competitions, etc., etc. Making sure I keep up on my stories all the time, making sure I do this, that, you know what I mean, that type of thing.
What part of Boston are you from?
So I get that question often, and I get that question from a lot of Massachusetts people in general. And I'm actually from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, a town called Harwich, Massachusetts, and later in my life, Dennis, Massachusetts. However, I'm not from Boston. I actually have never lived in the city of Boston. What just happened? Justin, get it together. Get it together. We're on set. It's not cough time. It's not time to cough.
You had 10 minutes for cough time.
You really had mad time for coughing.
So we're hopping on Instagram Live.
No, you look
to
like
see
the
if there are
same,
additional
Jennifer.
questions. So.
Oh, I like that question. What was the inspiration behind Spirits? You want to ask me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What was the inspiration behind Spirits?
The inspiration behind Spirits was originally it was just about like working hard, making sure everything, basically just making sure that my career fulfilled what it was supposed to be. And I just felt like I should touch base on like what happened to my grandfather and, you know, my family's passed a little bit. You know, that was just a huge self-reflection song. So I'm glad I got to touch base on everything like I did, you know. So that all it was a self-reflection song. So that's what the deal was with that song.
Are you going to drop a project in 2018?
That's the question. As far as everybody knows, project coming in 2018. 2018 coming. So look out for it.
Are you going to produce any CDs? I'm actually the guy who made the CD of your music and tagged you on Twitter.
Oh, I actually saw that. That was really dope. That was a really dope creative thing, like that whole CD like tag thing that you did, whatever that was. It was really creative. I like that. I probably won't roll CDs out for my next project. Maybe when I have like a big debut project, I might put it on CDs, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see how time goes. Most people don't even have CD players anymore, so I think it would be just a waste of material, personally speaking. But we'll see if there's demand for it. Then I definitely will. Yes.
What is your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is Rowlan, just like my Instagram, with music on the end of it. So Rowlan Music. That's what it is on Twitter. A lot of people actually have asked that, like, how do I hit you on Twitter? Rowlan Music on Twitter. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this second Q&A. Many to come. Thank you, guys.